Please, Chris Wilson. Hey guys, Anime Princess here, and today we're going to be going over how to craft your Crucible weapon tree. So if we look at mine, this is my spark wand. I was aiming for some dexterity, some increased caster damage modifiers, and the most important was pain attunement for me. So I have a full tree of 4. The way you make these trees is you're going to have your base item that has the really good modifiers, all the crafted stuff, and the base item preferably should be high eye level. So you want eye level 85 or higher if you want to get the full 4 link tree. If the weapon eye level is lower, I think combining trees is more likely to cut the tree shorter. Just keep that in mind. And then you're going to have the base tree, and then you're also going to have a donor tree. The donor tree is going to be something where the actual explicit stats on the item don't matter. We just want to have a tree that is nice. To slam these 2 trees together, we need to use an item called Igneous Geode, which you open up, and this creates a map which will lead to a forge where we can do the recombination. All right, so first things first, make sure your base is a decent eye level, and then after that, you're going to want to try and decide on which modifiers you want for the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then the base of your Crucible tree. Once you decide those, you're going to go make a trade search. So I already have one right here. This trade search is looking for, I'm just looking for a combination of 2 because I know all of these stuff are not too rare. We're looking for dexterity, freeze duration, explicit caster modifiers. Let's try and get a chain of 2 of these. And they're going to need to be connected. So the 4th tier has dexterity. Does something connected to that have one of the other good ones? No, it's movement speed and endurance charges. So this one we cannot use. The next one, there's actually nothing good on the 4th, so they must have all the good ones on the 3rd. That's no good. The 3rd one, would you look at that? We have 80 dex here, and we have freeze duration over on the 3rd node, and they form a connection. So we can just buy that for 5 chaos. And we're going to want to spec this tree all the way up through the 2 good nodes we have before we combine it with our base. So on this tree, the 2 good modifiers are out here. Oh, let's change the color. So we're going to go like this. And when we slam this into our base, these 2 good modifiers can only stay up here. Like this cannot be moved down here or down here, and this cannot be moved into any of these spots. So to take advantage of this knowledge on the base item, we're going to want to spec 4 nodes, but we're not going to want to interfere with these 2. So that means on the base item, we can go like this. We can go like this. There's plenty of different ways we can go. And then when we merge them together, we're very likely to keep everything except for the ones where they intersect. So right here, this is going to be a 50-50 if we keep the nodes from the donor item or if we keep the node that's already on the base item. This is really good for the recombination because we have a much higher likelihood of keeping these 2 nodes we want. After a successful recombination, now our base tree is going to look like this. And we're going to have our good node on the 4th, our good node on the 3rd, and we're probably going to have a bad node here and a random node here. So we need to keep this in mind when shopping for the node we want on our 2nd, because since nodes always stay where they are, we need to get our pain attunement, in our case, on the top, not on the bottom. So now let's look for pain attunement wands to slam into our base that now has 2 good modifiers in it. So we're going to search for pain attunement. This one has it on the top, so this is a good donor candidate. And this one is bad because it's on the bottom. So we would buy this one probably. And now we have to spec this on the base because we already have 2 good mods on the base. But on the donor one, we are going to go, let's change the color. So for the new donor one that's going to slam the paint attunement on here, we want to avoid these two nodes. So we could go like this, we could go like that, we could go, well, yeah, those are the only two ways. And you're going to want to go all the way out to 4 on both, because I believe this gives the highest odds of you retaining the whole tree. Although I could be wrong on this, please correct me in the comments if you do not have to path all the way out. Possibly you only need to go out to number 2. However, unfortunately for this case, this is going to be a 50-50, since as you can see, the donor needs to get paint attunement and the recipient base, the base tree, has no option but to pass through here, which means we may need to slam on a couple times to guarantee this second mod. And then if we're going for the first mod over here, it's always a 50-50. So when you're going for the first mod, just make sure, so we'll have succeeded on the paint attunement. So now the base is going to look like this. You have to go upwards. And when you're slamming something into it, just go down and then just fill out the rest of the tree wherever, it doesn't matter. And that's how you get a full 4-length tree. For Spark in particular, we only actually need to get paint attunement. So feel free to do a much simpler process and just go for a tree that goes 1 out. And you can actually do this on your first try most likely by buying something that has paint attunement. So let's just say paint attunement is right here. Then you would spec the donor wand up to get paint attunement, and you would spec your base wand to go down here. And then when you slam these two outcomes together, you're likely going to get paint attunement, and you're also going to likely keep whatever garbage thing is on your base wand, but that doesn't matter because all you care about is allocating the paint attunement. What is down here does not even matter. So this is the easiest way to get paint attunement for your Spark wand. Some miscellaneous tips I can give you guys are, if your base wand doesn't have a fracture, you can imprint it before you do the slam, which will let you reverse if you just get bad RNG and it bricks it. However, most people crafting a really good weapon probably want to have a fractured modifier, so that just means you will have to do my method. You can't imprint the base. If you're slamming something in that's really expensive, for example, paint attunement costs, I believe, 1 divine. Yeah, so 1 divine for the cheapest paint attunement wand. You can split the base, so you have 2 shots of slamming in the paint attunement, assuming split beasts are cheaper than the price of the modifier. I tried my best to explain the league mechanic. It is pretty convoluted and confusing, especially for newer players. So, you know, you can feel free to drop by my Twitch and ask me for confirmation before you do these slams. Should be live after this video goes up. Good luck crafting your Spark wand. Right, guys. Do we succeed, or did we waste all of today for nothing? Rage. Please, Chris Wilson.
You are achieving mastery over the forge.
I think that succeeded. Look. Oh, this went down to 60. Still pretty good though. I mean, I lose 20. This is good. Paint attunement. And this is good. I think this is a keeper, right? God damn, I lost 20 decks. Look at me. We take the True, we take those. That's a win.